everyone, my name is Alfian Zainuddin. I represent about the H&M clothing company for international marketing subject. Overview of the company. H&M was founded in 1947 by a young person after he was inspired by a visit to the United States, where he observed a high volume retail model that has made fashion accessible and affordable to the public. At those time, company was named Hennes. In 1968, the brand became Hennes and Mauritz after the acquisition of the hunting and fishing equipment store Mauritz Fishfall, which introduced menswear and childwear into the portfolio. H&M is a Swedish multinational clothing retail company that has become a global household name. The company headquarters in Stockholm is now the world's second largest global clothing retailer. Until today, H&M has operated over 4,000 stores in more than 79 countries. For milestone, H&M journey started in 1947 when a young person opened his first women's wear store in Västerås, Sweden. The store is named Hennes, in Swedish means for her. In 1968, Ellen bought the hunting store Mauritz Fishfall in the Stockholm, and the starting for the company by selling men's and children's clothing, and the name changed to Hennes and Mauritz. In 1974, H&M is listed on the Stockholm Stock Exchange, another step for this brand to become bigger. In 1976, H&M expanded their business by entering new market in United Kingdom and it's become their first international market. In 1918, global expansion began with H&M entering new markets including Germany, Netherlands, France and Spain. We move forward for 2004, which is H&M team up with the high fashion icon Karl Lagerfeld for the first designer collaboration. Since then, H&M has made a fashion giant like Versace, Robert Cavalli and Balmain and many more accessible to a wider audience, manifesting that design isn't a matter of price. For 2007, major expansion for H&M for Asia market by entering China and Japan. And for 2013, Garment Collection initiative start, which is making H&M the first fashion company to collect all textiles in stock globally for reuse and recycling. 2015, another market expansion for H&M by entering India and South Africa. 2017, Arcade, a new brand, is launched. And for 2022, the new activewear brand under H&M, Move, is launched worldwide. H&M policy and direction are determined by the board of directors, which led by Karl Johan Persson as a chairman. Karl is also the third generation of H&M founder. The implementation of all policy and direction will be implemented by the management team, which led by David Over as the CEO. David is supported by 11 senior management officers to ensure the continuity of the H&M business.
My name is Nur Fazila binti Ormin. Today I represent international marketing environment, economic and financial factors, global economic growth, purchasing power, high inflation in the EU and North America throughout 2024 until 2025 due to change in government policy and political instability has led to value-conscious behavior. H&M marketing must address trading down where middle-income consumer move from premium brands to H&M due to this. Inflation happened in European countries and North America. Customers are shipping from buying premium brands like Zara to H&M, which is able to offer more affordable price with comparable or almost identical quality. Emerging market potential. H&M is pivotally expanding into Brazil and India. Expanding into India and Brazil aligns with the strategy of target country with high potential for economic growth. In India, a compound annual growth rate is 14% in the fashion sector, which allows H&M to capitalize on rising disposable incomes, even as major market remains stagnant. Trade policy. US-driven tariff adjustment affects H&M to rapidly redraw its supply chain map. This tariff adjustment affects the tariff imposed on a country, and in this case, the high tariff imposed on Chinese-made textile have also accelerated H&M shift to manufacturing in Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Ethiopia. For markets like India, government mandate trade policy where 30% of goods are sourced locally as acts as a barrier to H&M entry and directly forces the company to invest in local manufacturing partnership rather than relying on its global distribution center. Cultural and political factors. In terms of cultural, H&M utilizes a pan-regional strategy. While 80% until 90% of the inventory is standard globally to achieve economic of scale, the remaining 10% until 20% is localized for adaptation strategy. This has been influenced by religion, custom, and tradition. For example, special lines for Lunar New Year celebration in China or Ramadan and Eid for Muslim countries. Political risk can affect and change in government. Policy can restrict access to domestic market. EU directive on supply chain due diligence require H&M to be legally responsible for human rights and environmental standards at every tier of its supply chain. Government policy in developing nation raise minimum wage to combat inflation. H&M must balance cost consciousness with the political necessity of being a fair and equal employer to maintain its environmental, social, and governance ratings.
My name is Muhammad Faiz Ibrahim. I'm going to be explaining about global strategy and adaptation in slide number 7. Product adaptation, climate change. H&M manage a perpetual summer and perpetual winter inventory. Europe, Store promote heavy wool court in December. Australia and South Africa store features high summer campaign with a swimwear and linen. In certain ASEAN market like Malaysia and Singapore, H&M priorities moisturizer wicking and breathable fabric. For example, Coolmate and Tensor blend, even for perpetual summer or winter inventory, is a direct response to geography and infrastructure, which uncontrollable environment element. Next, in slide number 8, I'm going to be explaining about pricing and adaptation. H&M use a price tiering system to remain competitive across different economic landscape. For example, in developed USA, H&M implement valuable pricing, positioning as a sustainable alternative to ultra-fast fashion chain. Next, emerging India or Brazil, H&M implement penetration pricing strategy, setting lower entry-level price for basic to capture the massive middle class. And then high tech cost for like Turkey or Brazil, cost plus adjustment balancing high important duties with local sourcing to keep price H&M affordable. And then the last one for slide number 9, operational adaptation. H&M has drastically reduced its reliance on long-haul shipping to reduce geopolitical concern, such as the Red Sea crisis and the franc cost nearshoring and regional hub have become a possibility for H&M to reduce the lead time from 4 or 6 months to 3 or 6 weeks.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Khairul Ashraf bin Ishaq. I will continue to present about global responsibility for H&M. Firstly, material innovation. Partnership with CIRC Textile to Textile Recycling Innovator. Then, recycled material. H&M moved from using 15% recycled material in 2022. Now, they aim to use recycled material by 2030. For circular economy, they collect 152,000 tons of textile. After that, the loop machine. This machine clean all garment, shade them into fibers and spin into new yarn. Besides, H&M responsibility extend to supply to reduce carbon footprint. Besides, H&M also acts as green bank for suppliers and providing for global financing. Lastly, product level transparency. Customer can scan a garment to see exact name and address of the factory, number of workers, and material origin.
Muhammad Azhar Ismail explain about slide number 12, which is reflection. In summary, the international environment creates a push-pull effect on marketing. The push standardization dealing with global efficiency, benefit, brand image, and economy of scale. Brands must now build exit and entry agility into their marketing plans. Marketing decisions are now dictated by geopolitical alignment. For example, war happened between Ukraine and Russia. In this situation, where the brand stand on human rights or regional conflict will define its survival in the marketing. We have discovered that the UE Green Deal and other worldwide rules driving marketing decision. H&M cannot just market being green, they need to prove it with the blockchain traceable. Supply chain that has been implemented since 2017. The full adaptation dealing with demand for culture, relevance, legal compliance, and economic sensitivity. In a low-growth Western economies, H&M promotes durability and timelessness to attract value-conscious customers. In high-growth emerging nations such as India, marketing is still focused on aspiration and newness, focusing on the growth middle class with a great car in disposable income. Culture aesthetics must be addressed when making marketing decisions. Minimalism will deem stylists in Stockholm maybe perceived drab in Mumbai or Sao Paulo. International marketing is the process of converting a brand called DNA into the local cultural vernacular while retaining its original identity. That's all from me and my group. Thank you.